Welcome to the Mind Basketball Podcast, also known as the M.O.B Podcast. I'm Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this is our basketball podcast where we recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous day. How are you this Tuesday afternoon, Ja?
I'm doing good. I should be asking you, how are you doing? I know you had a rough moment there last night, yeah. And I know things haven't been, 2 nights ago, my bad. And I know things haven't really been good for you. I know you're down right now, So I just want to check up on you. Are you okay? Keep your head up, bro. I promise you, things will get better in the future.
Listen, at the end of the day, all that means is a team couldn't beat them, but we did twice. That's all that means.
Actually, I'm gonna save it for later.
When you come into football territory, you're entering my territory. Any debate that we have, you will lose.
No, well, I'm gonna say at the end, you can't debate it. It's no question.
What, the Tom Brady GOAT?
Yeah, it's just, that's
I already said that.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess I already established Tom Brady GOAT. I guess. I mean, I'll put LT, but yeah, Tom Brady. What you gonna say? He did. Well, he did crack. One did crack. One cheated. So I guess it's even.
Look at. You know what? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
No. I don't know what I was gonna say, but I don't. The way I put it, it may sound stupid, but I know what I want to say. Just know one could kill you, and you could just go to jail for. That's all I gotta say. Well, you could go to jail for crack also.
What?
You could go to look at. I'm just saying. You could go to look at for cheating. You could either get in serious trouble, but when it comes to crack, you could either die or go to jail. That's all I gotta say.
This is a friendly reminder to anybody who's thinking about branching out to other sports. Just stay with the sport that you're in. Okay? If you know a lot about hockey, don't go to baseball. Know a lot about baseball, don't go to soccer. Stay with the sport you know. This is a prime example. But let's continue with the basketball. I hope everyone have a good day. I hope everyone will have a good day. In terms of basketball from last night's games, a lot happened, much to discuss, a lot of interesting games, a lot of interesting moments. So let's get right to it. First, starting off with the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Denver Nuggets. Now, this was a really good, fun game to watch from a fan perspective. Giannis came out and played well. Jokic, as always, played well. Will Barton stepped up for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
And Middleton really stepped up for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Like I said, back and forth affair. Then the fourth quarter hit, and towards the end, this is when the Bucks started to widen the gap, led by Middleton making plays now with the shooting and had a nice pass as well, thus closing the game out and beating this Nuggets team. Your thoughts?
Main point of emphasis for the first half was Will Barton. Will Barton had 20 points in the first half. He was the main one balling for the Nuggets along with Jokic in that beginning period. And most importantly, Jamal Murray had a struggling game because the Bucks defense just hounded him and he just couldn't make shots. He had good open shots. He just couldn't make them when it counted. And the Bucks had it going in the third quarter, even though the Nuggets came to fight back. They did have a struggle in the third quarter in the beginning, and the rest was just the Bucks in the fourth quarter.
I mean, yeah, that's basically the game. I mean,
the Bucks just had it going in the fourth quarter. The Nuggets just couldn't get any kind of good rhythm or run. So,
yeah, Jamal Murray, he was really struggling, couldn't really find his shot.
Yeah.
He just couldn't find it into the basket. I don't know what was going on, but well, actually, I do know what was going on. As you said, the Bucks defense. Mm-hmm. And by the way, this is what?
No Jrue Holiday. I didn't
exactly. That's what I was about to say. This was remind you. They didn't have Jrue Holiday, and they came out acting like he was there. So I don't understand Murray, like what's going on, but
Look, you just need your girl, bro. Sorry.
Stop. What is
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
what is your problem? You sick, man.
I'm
But
just. I'm just saying.
let's just leave it at that because there's not really anything else to say about that game. A great gutsy win by the Bucks without Drew Holiday. Another disappointing loss by the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Enver Nuggets. Sorry. All right, going to the top of the night. Starting off with the Hornets and the Rockets. And Rockets, no Eric Gordon, no John Wall. Of course, Christian Wood's still out. And it didn't seem like that. They played really well, really well. All Depot had a great game.
Yeah.
And they kept within the game. And this was really back and forth. As for the Hornets, LaMelo Ball with another great performance in his young career.
Yeah.
Sorry. Gordon Hayward didn't need to do as much, but did score enough. Did do well. Terry Rozier had a good game as well. And
yeah,
like I said, back and forth. And then towards the end of the third quarter, it was tied up until Malik Monk hit that shot to have a 3-point lead at the end.
Yeah.
Then the fourth quarter hit, and the Hornets just took over. Like, took over. Like, the fourth quarter, with 5 minutes left, that was game.
Yeah, basically. Just like what you said, it was the Rockets had a well-balanced offense to keep up with this Hornets team. Again, this is a Hornets team with a lot of energy, especially on the offensive end. And they were able to keep up. Jason Tate had a really good game. What's his name? The dude who was supposed McLemore.
Yes,
McLemore. He had a good shooting tonight. Daniel House, he kept getting to back, and David Nwambo was just all hustle and energy. But that fourth quarter hit, and all of a sudden they forgot how to play basketball. They only scored 6 or 7 points in that fourth quarter. I swear, I was helping out my little cousin with her homework, and I kept looking at the score, and nothing changed when I looked at the Rockets side. Nothing changed.
Yeah,
and I think we just ended right there.
Yeah, just an offensive, actually just a real all-around performance by the Hornets in that fourth quarter. Yeah. I mean, LaMelo was just throwing lobs everywhere.
Yep, and Bridges kept connecting too. The thing is, Bridges had like 10 dunks, it looked like, in that quarter.
Yeah, it was every LaMelo Ball highlight you're gonna see is gonna be a lob to him, or pass to him from him to Bridges.
Yeah.
I swear, Mikal Bridges having the most fun out of everyone there.
Miles Bridges.
I mean, Mikal plays on Phoenix. Sorry. Yeah, Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is having the most fun out of everyone Yeah. And wow, I mean, and Bismack Biyombo was blocking everything.
Yep.
I mean, geez, yeah. A great win by the Hornets. Can't really say much about the Rockets. Again, didn't have Wall, didn't have Gordon, but great defense in that fourth quarter, holding the Rockets to 7 points.
Yeah, you see, they got held to, and this is where I say this is times in which they need a young talent like KP, like Kevin Porter Jr., who they just acquired on their team. A talent like him, I felt like if he was on the floor,
why would they need a G League player?
Well, we all know Kevin Porter ain't no G League player.
All right, that's true.
But like, you know, with his talent, I felt like he kind of really did a lot of the score production within that fourth quarter if they had him, in my opinion. I know they didn't have John Wall whatsoever. Yes, that makes a big difference. But I'm just saying, you have a young dude who's that talented offensively on your team, that could do wonders for you.
Yeah, you're right. I think they probably need it, but I mean, they just got to get healthy first. Christian Wood still out. The offensive load that they needed, Eric Gordon, he's out.
Yeah.
And of course, to bring them all together, John Wall, he's out. So I'm not gonna. Kevin Porter's fine. If they want to keep him in the G League, keep him in the G League. I feel like if they wanted to bring him up, they would never even put him in the G League. So yeah, as I said, a great win by this Hornets team. All right, a lot of other games that happened from last night. So I'll let you talk first. Anything that you want to say? Anything you want to speak about?
For some odd reason, there's a team down in the capital. Like, for some odd reason, whenever we speak bad about them, there's something changes, but yet we know they're still horrible and terrible. I guess it's just like that. And there's another common theme. Whenever Westbrook's not playing, I guess the casual talk, like, whenever Westbrook's not playing, they win. So he's the scapegoat, I guess, or he's like, the odd man out. The Wizards played against the Bulls. Yes, they played against the Bulls, and let's just say it was a duel between Bill and Levine. It was a good back and forth in the beginning, and then the Wizards just kept going on runs. They kept going on runs. They kept going on runs over and over, and it looked like in the beginning that the Bulls couldn't really match that until the third quarter hit, and they had their run and was able to go down. And then you get to the final stretch of the game. They had an opportunity to. Bill went to the line, missed, correct me if I'm wrong, one free throw. It was either one or two free throws. Or both free throws. I don't remember, but he missed one or two. And then, Levine had an opportunity to get a game-winning layup. It was contested, but he still had a better opportunity than ever because he had a wide open lane. And then he missed it off, and then Bill got fouled, and Bill went to the line, and he was able to ice the game. I don't know what it is with this team, but it's just like, I don't know how you could do this horrible, and then we speak bad about you and things change. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Y'all got to get Westbrook or something, but it's just like, yeah, just I think it's nothing else to really say. I'm at a loss for words right now. Like, it's like it's nothing really much I can add on to.
By the way, on this Wizards Bulls team, Lauri Markkanen did not play, and he will not be playing for, I believe, 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, 2 to 4 weeks.
2 to 4 weeks. Sorry, 2 to 4 weeks due to injury. So let's just keep that in mind. But as to the Wizards, there's an interesting stat. Remember how you said, the casual talk, they're running Westbrook not playing. So I did my research, and I found out that they've won more games when Westbrook hasn't been playing.
Yep.
They beat the Timberwolves. He wasn't playing. They beat the Suns. He wasn't playing. They beat the Heat. He wasn't playing. Last night, they beat the Bulls. He was not playing. The only time that they won when he was playing was against KD.
Against KD. You could tell it's still some kind of animosity right there.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't have an answer.
Bro, again, you just saw me. I was at a loss for words. I didn't know how to describe that game at all. It just looked like whenever he's all not playing or he's out for rest or something, they just win or they have a better chance to win. It looks like, because we can obviously clearly see from games before, like against.
I'm not gonna say that they win more. Stats show that they win more with Westbrook, but they're more likely to win with Westbrook. That is if you watch basketball, you know
that. Yeah,
it's just a funny stat.
Yeah, it is a hilarious stat.
Nonetheless, as you said, the Wizards beat the Bulls in a close, tight game. Yeah. All right. Any other game that you want to go over?
The Spurs versus Warriors was a thriller until, like, one of your good players.
One of my good players.
Yeah, brain fart. You, like, so you have a smart idea, but then, like, just like, when it comes out to playing, like, it's just like, oh man, that was actually a bad idea. Like, what I mean? It was smart when you thought about it in your head, but when it came out in reality, it just didn't work out.
That was smartest dunk play in history. I know most people won't see that and kind of put two and two together of what's actually going on there. So very smart play that ended up being dumb as hell.
Spurs and the Warriors played. It was a good back and forth, like, with good move. I felt like this was more of a team kind of balance kind of play between both teams in terms of movement, passing, finding good reads, like, having good shots, getting to the paint, making shots when needed at the three. Like, you know, it was just well balanced from both teams. It came down to the wire, of course. Curry made a big three, and then that situation happened. Draymond Green thought the Spurs okay, so this is what happened. I believe DeMar got fouled.
Pull up the footage.
Yep. DeMar got fouled. He went to the line. He made 2 free throws, and then all of a sudden, the Warriors were down by 3, and yet they thought that the Spurs were going to foul to like, you know, because I forgot.
Draymond thought the Spurs was gonna foul. And you can and if you see the video, you can see that he thought it because the way that I forgot who was guarding him, but the way he came up and rushed to him, it was like, oh, he's gonna foul. So let me shut up a 3 so I get 3 free throws, tie this game. And then that's not what happened. He that's what the Spurs felt. Go back and Draymond ended up taking a half-court shot. Draymond, not Curry. Draymond ended up taking a half-court shot, which you know he didn't make. And as a result, Spurs was able to win the game.
Exactly. And let's give credit to the Spurs. Also, DeJounte Murray had it going. Yes, 27 points, big fourth quarter, 8 steals in the game. He had it so well. DeMar DeRozan with 21. You know he's going to put up points whenever he gets the opportunity to. Patty Mills had some big shots. And again, it was just a team effort from both ends, but the Spurs played better team movement. And along with the fact that Draymond Green had that fart.
Yeah, a great win by the Spurs. Real quickly, I feel like DeJounte Murray has a bright future. I really enjoy watching him play. You feel like he's already developed, and he can still develop even more.
Yep.
So he's really fun. He's really fun to watch, and it's gonna be interesting how he's developed and his potential. Years down the road.
Yeah.
Or down the road. All right. Games I want to talk about. Well, first, the Timberwolves and the Mavericks did play. And what you guys want to say?
No, I don't got anything to say.
Okay. The Spurs and the Mavericks did play, and you think, why am I talking about this game? You know? And yeah, while I was watching, I'm like, why am I watching this game? The Mavericks was just controlling every asset of the game. They were up by 20 in the fourth quarter, and then something happened. So towards the end of the fourth quarter, the Timberwolves had cut the lead within 10.
Yeah.
And Malik Beasley, who's had it going throughout the game and has been having it going throughout the season, just hit a 3, hits another 3, and then gets a rebound and lays it up. Next thing you know, there's 48 seconds left, and they're down by 3.
He tried to do the T-Mac.
It was a crazy final 2 minutes in terms of the Timberwolves. I mean, Malik Beasley was really he was on fire.
Yeah.
Finished with 30 in the game, and he averaging like 20 a game. Mm-hmm. Now, with all that said, it doesn't really mean nothing because the Timberwolves suck. But he's really been hooping. He's really been hooping.
Well, when you have no Karl Anthony Towns and
the point production got his spread.
Yeah, the point production got a spread. Like, D'Lo can't do everything. So, of course, it opens up opportunities for those guys like Okogie, Culver, Reed, like
Anthony Edwards,
yeah.
We're having an underrated season because he doesn't get the love that LaMelo does or James Wiseman does.
Yeah. And
he's having a good season. People just not talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's because of the situation that the Wolves are in, but the point production got a spread, and as a result, those guys are coming up big, and he's having opportunity. To be honest, he's been a really good player for that team, Beasley. So This is not surprising that even though it is shocking that we see that he's averaging 20 a game, I'm not surprised by his scoring production because I've seen him do things like this before whenever we heard about the T-Wolves before. So, yeah.
But nonetheless, I did say they cut the thing within 3, but then Josh Richardson was able to hit a clutch shot to basically seal the deal, and that was it. The Mavericks were able to win this game off of that surviving a scare by Malik Beasley and Tim Wolves.
What you call them? The Alice Mavericks?
The Alice Mavericks, yep. But yep, good game. A good win, but not giving up the lead, I guess, by the Mavericks. A great performance by Porzingis, probably his best game of the season so far,
It
because
is.
he was the
Not
reason
probably.
why they was up big, him and Luca.
It is. It's not probably. It is.
Yeah. But yeah, a great win by this Mavericks team. Malik Beasley having a great season. More in one way, more than wait, what's the saying? Damn, I forgot.
In one way and
more than one way.
one way. Yeah, more than one way.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten our degrees.
I probably will never get mine.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure watching that game, Larsa was happy. All right. The other game I wanted to talk about was the Cavs and the Suns. Well, actually, two more games. This Cavs and the Suns, and this was a really back and forth fair. Devin Booker had it going in that first quarter, 17 in the first quarter. They could not stop him. They had no answer for him. And then he showed up late in the fourth quarter as well. So fast forwarding that to the fourth quarter, which is a back and forth fair. Colin Sexton, 23. He had a good night as well. Darius Garland made some big shots, made some big buckets. But then Devin Booker show within like final 3 minutes.
Yep. Basically, that's what you could say, because there was no defense being played throughout this whole game. It was just whole back and forth. It got to a certain point where one team went on a big run and then the other team went on a big run, and that's all you could say. Devin Booker was doing it from all aspects of the floor, from mid-range, 3-point, inside the basket, behind, back to the basket, face-up game, like, fadeaways. It was just like, just pure offensive display. Pure offensive display.
Yep, and as a result, late they had to double team him, which set up Cam Johnson, who was wide open, hit the three. They took the lead, had some defensive stops, and they was able to beat this Cavs team. The Suns are fourth in the West, by the way. All right, the other game that I want to talk about real quickly was the Thunder and the Lakers. The Lakers without Caruso, without Markieff Morris, and most importantly, without Anthony Davis. But so you think that the Thunder this is a winnable game for them. They had this in the bag, in which they did. They had the lead late in the fourth quarter, and then the Lakers, being the Lakers, able to turn on that switch just like that. 7-0 run. Took the lead in that fourth quarter. They had a jump ball with like 10 seconds left. Yeah. Thunder got it. Did not choose not to call a timeout. SGA had Dennis Schroeder jumping, draw the foul, made 3 clutch free throws to tie the game. What?
Yeah, KCP jumping.
Oh, it's KCP, sorry. Yeah. KCP jumping. 3 clutch free throws to tie the game. LeBron missed the game winner. Overtime for the second straight game for the Lakers. But then Thunder went cold. Yeah. Had 2 good looks for 3. SGA and Al Horford, they missed. And then 2 back-to-back bad possessions from Beardsley's double dribble. Yeah. And then SGA offensive foul, I believe.
Yeah, offensive foul with shoulder on him, left shoulder.
And then LeBron and Wesley Matthews closing it out. Wesley Matthews played some more minutes, and he had a good game as well. So a good win by the Lakers without AD and Caruso, getting back to this game, taking the lead, and then in overtime, sealing the deal. Big minutes by Wesley Matthews, as I said. Clutch shots by Dennis Schroeder. And yeah, they're defending champions for a reason. Yeah. What else can you say?
Nothing.
All right, now it is time for predictions for tonight's set of games. So let's go into it. First, starting off with the Nets and the Pistons. Remember, KD is out until Friday due to the contract chasing and COVID, so he won't be playing in this game.
It's the Pistons, bro. It's the Pistons. Come on, Nets.
And they beat the Lakers. In that case, I got the 2004 Pistons.
I got the Nets.
I'm serious. I got the Pistons. All right. Next, the Knicks and the Heat, and possibly Derrick Rose debut or return as a Knick, as he was traded to the Knicks for Dennis Smith Jr. and a second-round pick. So now he is back on the Knicks, second time in his career, plays against the Heat, and from the rematch from a couple nights ago. So who you got?
I got the Knicks. Wait, actually, it was the Knicks versus Heat, right? So
yes,
I got the Knicks. I got the Knicks
as well. Hopefully, they can have better fourth quarter play than they did on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right. The first primetime game that we'll be discussing of the doubleheader on TNT is the Houston Rockets up against the New Orleans Pelicans.
Pals.
Pels as well. I got to see if John Wall's playing. I don't think he's playing well.
Yeah.
The Warriors and the Spurs rematch from just last night.
Warriors. They're going to take it back.
I agree. The Warriors. The second primetime game of the doubleheader is the Boston Celtics. I believe no Jaylen Brown. I think so. Up against the Utah Jazz, the red hot Utah Jazz.
I don't recall if Jaylen Brown is not playing, but if he's not, I got the Jazz. But if he is, I got the Celtics.
If he is, I got the Jazz. The Magic or the Trailblazers?
Trailblazers.
Blazers. And lastly, the 76ers or the Kings?
Sixers.
Sixers as well. All right. I think it's time to wrap things up. Any final thoughts?
Brady the GOAT. That's it.
The Super Bowl is over. Any final thoughts on basketball?
No, I don't got anything else.
I got something to say. As for Jamal Murray, I think he needs to step up his game. I feel like we've gotten Jamal Murray. We're supposed to get Jamal Murray from the bubble, and yet we've gotten Jamal Murray before the bubble. That Jamal Murray wasn't bad. He wasn't a bum. He wasn't a role player. He was their closer, and he was a shot creator still. And he was obviously a good player, their second best player, as he is still.
Yeah.
But that bubble Jamal Murray took it to that next level and just went off. Yeah. And that's what we expected him to. This we expected this season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like almost like the bubble was a fluke. So you can't travel on different stadiums and play against different teams. In a bubble in one location, you can ball out though.
Exactly. And everybody in every team in the league knows that you're not no bum. They know that you're a rising star in this league. We all know
he's not a bum.
Like we all know that. But if you're the way you're playing the season, just like what you say, it looks like a fluke, and you got to prove people wrong.
I mean, it's not. If it's a fluke, it's not like he's bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's just. At least he's being consistent.
Yeah. Because he usually does better in the playoffs anyway, so.
Except for the Blazers. But yeah, it's true. That's what happened, all right? He's still upset about that. Or he was upset about that. That's why he had that great playoffs in the bubble. But yeah, I just want to see more from Jamal Murray. All right, Jokic needs help.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm disappointed in how the Nuggets are playing. Yeah, they should be a top 3 team in the West. I mean, top 3. If not top 3, because of how the Jazz are playing, top 4.
They're supposed to be in the 5 range. That's it. Just top 5 up.
No, 4. Top 4. I don't know 5. Top 4.
All right, top 4. Top 5. Top 4. Top 4. Top 4.
It's just really upsetting to see how the Nuggets play in their inconsistent ways and not winning big games and losing up against good teams. You're supposed to be great teams.
Yeah.
You're supposed to win some of these games. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching today's pod. Make sure to tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Also follow IG down in the description below.
And once again, I'm Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this was the Mind of Basketball Podcast.